What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm making another video for you. I already made a couple talking about, the status of the NFL and the plans that they have going forward. Discussed, whose decision it was to take Tua Tagovailoa, and as you guys know at this point, it looks like that I was correct, that it was solely Stephen Ross's decision, and they decided to take the quarterback that he fell in love with. That was my base prediction. My prediction of which quarterback they would take and when ultimately ended up being wrong, because I thought they would ultimately take Burrow at 1. But my underlying and base prediction that they would take whichever quarterback it was that Stephen Ross was in love with would be the pick. And I was right about that. And it looks like I was also right that Chris Greer and Brian Flores were just going to do whatever Daddy Warbucks told them to do. And they did as such. So anyway, I talked about those things. I have a video that I'm making for you now because there was an article that I read that was quite interesting. And it is going to be related to Ryan Tannehill. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big Tannehill fan. And I'm making this video specifically because the haters are going to hate this video and I'm going to love it. I have nothing to prove at this point. I have given all of the data and all of the evidence to show that Tannehill is a really good quarterback, and that the Dolphins are stupid for what they did, etc. And so there's a little bit more evidence to that point. But let's go ahead and get into the specifics, because this article is pretty astounding. Like I said, at this point, I don't feel like I need to defend the guy anymore. He has been justified, but it still is awesome to be able to throw out even more facts out there. And just keep that ball rolling, especially as he continues to get better in his career and as a player and do bigger and better things. So here we go. This article was from CBS Sports. Top 10 quarterbacks under pressure. Okay. Wow. So let's see where Tannehill lands. He's in the top 10, obviously, so that's pretty damn good, right? Out of 32 teams. Wow. So let's see where he ends up landing. Under pressure. Chances are, after you read that, this little tune will go through your head. Dun, 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 right? He writes that in there. Dun, 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 blah, blah, blah. We already know the song, right? Great song, amazing song. A song for champions, of course. And chances are, after you're done mentally rocking out to that bass line from the hit Queen and David Bowie song, you'll think of Ice Ice Baby, which sampled said bass line en route to becoming the first hip-hop single to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It was a silky smooth dance track that transcended setting and Vanilla Ice's very early 90s delivery, playable within the walls of the club or beneath the soft top of that slick Chrysler LeBaron convertible you absolutely had to have in red. My older sister was disappointed when my dad wouldn't let her buy your LeBaron 14 years later. He puts a parentheses. Little jokes, I guess, whatever. The ice connection is appropriate, though, because a quarterback under pressure needs to be calm, cool, and collected. Some might even say that a quarterback who completes a long pass under duress has, yes, ice in his veins. And in the way that Ice was at one point stingy with the attribution to Queen and Bowie, but my song has an extra ding, quarterbacks who thrive under pressure aren't always given the credit they're due. Well, we're here to fix that. To organize our list of the top 10 quarterbacks under pressure in 2019, we're going to rely on two specific numbers tracked by Next Gen Stats. The first is passer rating under pressure, a slightly modified version of a traditional metric that most football fans should understand. 158.3 is perfect, while anything 100 or better is pretty darn good, etc. The second is completion percentage above expectation while under pressure, which might be the best indicator of all. How effective are you in the most trying moments on the football football field? That statistic attempts to answer that question. The criteria for this is simple. Quarterbacks must have thrown a minimum of 250 pass attempts. That's going to loop in some quarterbacks who only played half of a season, like Matthew Stafford and Ryan Tannehill, for example. Yes, this means you'll see some names here that didn't qualify for my earlier ranking of the top 10 deep passers, but the ranking required a larger sample size to provide an accurate picture. Enough of the introduction, let's sort this out. So, we'll go from 10. He started at number 1, but in the procession of this article, but let's start at number 10. So Daniel Jones of the New York Giants comes in at number 10 with a 73.3 passer rating, a plus 0.2% completion rate above expectation with a 53.1% completion rate. Okay, well, he's number 10 on the list, and those seem like just kind of okay stats, right? Well, then you have Josh Allen with an 80 passer rating and a minus 0.2% completion rate above expectation with a 47.1% completion rate. That's interesting. So he actually has a little bit lower there, but his passer rating was better, so I guess it balances out a little bit. I don't know exactly how the math works, but then Dak Prescott with an 80.5 passer rating, just a flat plus 0 completion rate above expectation with a 49.3 completion rate. Then you move up to number 7, you get Matt Ryan. Okay, under pressure with a 78.4 passer rating, to a plus 2.9% completion rate above expectation with a 57.1 completion rate. All right, then you get Matthew Stafford, 84.2 passer rating, plus 2.2 completion rate above expectation, 49.1% completion rate. Number 5 is Kirk Cousins, 91.5 passer rating, plus 3.8% completion rate above expectation, and 58.1 completion rate. Lamar Jackson at number 4. Interesting. Okay. And Tannehill still hasn't come up. Man, wow, he's in the top 5. Interesting. And apparently he's going to be beating out Lamar Jackson, who's at number 4 with a 93.1 passer rating, a plus 5.5% completion rate above expectation with a 49.2% completion rate. Number 3 is Derek Carr. Wow, okay, with a 103.7 passer rating, a plus 5.9% completion rate above expectation, and a 66.7% completion rate. All right, wow, Tannehill's in the top 3. Number 2, who comes in at number 2? Looks like, man, Drew Brees is number 2. Under pressure, 105.9 passer rating with a plus 4.4 completion rate above expectation with a 63.3 completion rate. Okay, so Ryan Tannehill comes in at number 1. Now, let's also note that he had season best on, let's see, passer rating, completion percentage, and something else. Ryan Tannehill killed it last year, but this is with him under pressure, and he ranks as the number 1 best quarterback last season under pressure. Under pressure with a 112.4 passer rating, a plus 8.7% completion rate above expectation with a 64.2% completion rate. The dude is a baller, bro. Is he one of the greatest of all times? No, but he is far better than people give him credit for. And this is one of the defenses I've always had for him, is that this dude stands, how many times anybody that said that he's like injury prone or that he's, you know, bad in the pocket or whatever is just bullshit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because this motherfucker has stood strong in the pocket so many times, ate so many hits behind terrible offensive lines, and fucking delivered dimes. Time and time again. He's done it on the run. He does it all the fucking time. The dude's a fucking boss. But let's see what this guy has to say about him. Tannehill's return to a starting gig came at an unexpected turning point in the Titans season. Coach Mike Vrabel needed a spark at the most important position on the field, and he found it in Tannehill in Week 7. The one-time first-round pick by the Dolphins teamed with Derrick Henry to resurrect Tennessee's offense and help the Titans sprint to the AFC Championship game, recording a pair of stunning playoff victories in the process. Tannehill did it by performing masterfully under pressure, posting the only passer rating above 110 in such circumstances in the entire league. among those with a minimum of 250 total pass attempts, while also targeting receivers in tight windows on 23.9% of such attempts. He pushed the ball under pressure more than any other quarterback, becoming the only qualified passer to average 10 plus yards per attempt under pressure in a season since 2016. Damn, this dude is on fire. His completion percentage above expectation of a plus 8.7 punctuated his stellar campaign, which was good enough to earn him NFL Comeback Player of the Year honors and a new contract for 4 years and $118 million with $62 million guaranteed. As Robert Griffin III loves to say, no pressure, no diamonds. So the argument that Tannehill is not a good quarterback, and shit, I mean, if he keeps, look, I've argued that he's a great quarterback, certainly far above average, but that he's not, you know, elite or on the fucking superstar level. But at the same time, part of my arguments in his favor have been that he continues to progress each and every year and get better each and every year. And that's why I said that he never needed quarterback competition. Is it good to have it? And is it good to always bring in a new body? You know my philosophy. Never take a quarterback in rounds 1 or 2, but take one every year in round 3 or later, depending on how bad you actually need one. Right? So, of course it's good to have competition, but he doesn't need it because of his work ethic, the way he goes in every day and busts his ass, works on all the little things. He's constantly working with his receivers. He takes them in the offseason to throw with them. He is a leader through and through, and he keeps posting, he keeps adding to the records that he owns. Now he owns a few Titans records in addition to all of the Dolphins records and the NFL record. Bro, this dude is a beast. I've been saying it for years now. People have been shitting on him, but guess what? My homeboy is taking that shit to the motherfucking top, and I'm loving it. I support him, and I can't wait to keep seeing him do good things, and I can't wait to keep reporting on it. So that way I can make all the motherfuckers, all the Tannehill haters, all the sour ass fucking fools out there feel like the fools that they are. And to prove that the Dolphins, the current fucking structure that they have now, the power structure, are fools and morons for getting rid of him. And also that Stephen Ross is a fucking clown and is the real heart of the problem with this Dolphins team. And he should have invested in fucking building up the proper team around him. And gave Adam Gase, in fact, at least one more fucking year. And look, I mean, y'all know how I feel about that. But look, time and time again, more proof, more evidence. There it is for you. The dude's a baller. If you don't think so, you can suck a dick and I don't give a fuck. How about that? Alright, with that, I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.